Hello guys, welcome to the channel. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot and I'm back with another reading. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Have a look around and enjoy our amazing moderators and the amazing community that we've created here over the last nearly 2 years on the channel. I want to thank you all for being here. And I want to start by saying that we are starting to feel some relief from the energies of the weekend. Again, for those of you who are new, I specialize in twin soul connections or divine counterpart connections, twin flames, but I also have subscribers and viewers on the channel who are soulmates, light workers, star seeds, and may or may not be twin flames. So I am not just a twin flame reader. I'm a reader for the collective. I'm a reader for the light workers out there because first and foremost, I am a light worker on the planet. I am also a star seed. And yeah, we're going to get started. We're going to look into the energies of the light workers and the divine counterpart connections today. So as always, guys, take what resonates and please leave what doesn't. Do not try to make a reading fit, whether it's mine or anyone else's, if it does not fit, especially if you're getting private readings. And for those of you asking or inquiring about private readings, I am not offering those at this time. I am really focused on the channel, on my Patreon. That's another way to support me, is head on over to Patreon to get bonus content. I do readings from the Divine Masculine, insights from the Divine Masculine, love letters, channeled messages, and just insights on the journey. And I also offer insights on ascension. So we have a community over there, and I am very immersed right now in the 6-month coaching program, which just started a few weeks ago. And for those of you wondering, because I have had some people inquiring, when will you have your next coaching program? I will be doing that likely spring of next year. So I think I'm going to give myself a month or two after this program to just sort of kind of integrate all of the lessons that I will have learned myself, all of the information, give myself a little breather. And then I'll likely, because this program will end in February, the end of February 2022, I will likely resume in April 2022. So if you guys are wanting to join, I'm going to do it a little differently next year. What I believe I'm going to do is I'm going to offer the option of doing 2 months at a time. So you can pay for the 2 months, or you can do the entire 6 month and you'll obviously receive a discount for doing that as a note of gratitude and thank you. But that's what I'm thinking of doing, is breaking it up into portions for the next time. So it'll be more kind of sizable chunks and might be easier for some people economically. And then you can do one section and maybe you decide you don't want to do the first one, but you do the second or the third or something like that. So that's what I'm thinking. And I'm really excited to be launching this program. I'm working hard on delivering all sorts of content. And for those of you who wanted to be a part of the program but didn't get to be, this will be a good chance to save up the money for that for next year. And also, we'll all be in a different space and time in 2022. So things are going to be looking very differently. There's a lot of abundance in the light that is going to be coming into the planet as we go deeper and deeper into the age of Aquarius. And there's one other thing that I did want to note, and it just slipped my mind. Oh, I have content coming for you guys. So if you didn't sign up for the program, everyone who's in the program receives this content for free. But if you wanted to purchase it individually, I'm going to have worksheets and workbooks, and I'll be selling those on the website. So if you're wanting to look at that, I'll let you guys know when that's available. But that's going to be coming out in the next several weeks or months. So I'm very excited for that. And it'll just help you on your journey, and it'll answer a lot of questions for you. So it's going to be a lot of the content that I provide on the channel condensed into a workbook, condensed into a worksheet, and it'll be very affordable and a great way to really support yourself on the journey. Okay, so we're going to dive in now to the energies here. I'm going to start with one of my newest decks, the Muse Tarot. Guys, I've had a lot of questions as well recently about donating to the channel. I want to thank you guys for your gratitude, for anyone who's ever donated a small or large amount, anyone who's ever donated even just a thank you, an email of gratitude, anyone who's donated a card deck. I have about 45 card decks now, and that's thanks to you guys. So if you are wanting to contribute to the channel, you can contribute via my PayPal link, which I believe is listed below each video. You can also contribute via the Amazon wish list. and or head on over to Patreon. That's a great way to also support the work that I'm doing and to allow me to continue supporting you guys in the way and the depth in which I'm able to. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and call on Archangel Michael. Please provide some clarity for this reading as we delve into the energies of the divine feminine, divine masculine. So if you are here and you happen to not be a twin soul, or you're not sure if you're a twin soul, you have the divine feminine, divine masculine energies and the templates inside of you. So we each have that. It's even if you identify as a divine feminine or divine masculine, you will have energies from both within you. Okay, so let's go ahead. Archangel Michael, please create a sphere of protection and love around this reading, myself and everyone watching. And we're going to go ahead and... Interesting. I'm going to take those cards that happen to fly out. We're going to call on Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Metatron for patience and divine timing and karma clearing, Archangel Raphael for love and romance, and just so we're going to ask that things be easier as we head into this week. And we have a little brief hiatus here in between full moons, new moons, eclipses, etc., where I feel like we are going to just be able to take it a little easy this weekend. So those of you who have been longing or obsessing about your counterpart should get a break this weekend, is what I'm feeling. It's going to feel like, okay, we are in the season of Virgo now. Now, Virgo season tends to be about logistics and planning. It can also be about organization. It can be a little analysis paralysis energy here in the mix, but I feel like we're going to get a break from this. And I'm actually wondering what sign the moon is going to be in this weekend. I wonder if it's going to be in just like an easy earth sign. I'm actually going to look that up. So if you guys give me 1 second, just hang out. And by the way, the overall energies as I was shuffling is the High Priestess and the Two of Cups. So really positive energies here. And I really like seeing that. Moon. Let's see, moon sign. Let's see. It looks like we're in the last quarter moon. And yeah, so it's not a time to, when you're in that last quarter, it's not a time to start anything new, because we are actually going into kind of that unconscious state. And that's exactly what I'm feeling. We're finishing up things that we were calling in or manifesting for the last new moon. So we should be receiving some clarity at this time. And let's see. It looks like Sun is in Virgo. Mercury is in Virgo. Mercury is going to head into Libra. Venus is in Libra. Mars is in Virgo. So Venus and Mars are in separate signs. Venus in Libra that's the home sign. So that's a really contented place for Venus to be. I feel like that's why this energy is being ushered in. This energy of just like, this feels nice. There's not a lot of aggression, like when we had Venus and Mars and Leo there in July, there's some aggression, some kind of self-righteousness, some ego is flaring. But now that Venus is in Libra, I do feel like we can be a little idealistic about love at this time, so you may want to be mindful of that. And with Mars and Virgo, I feel like the divine masculine is really working on details and will be working on making sure that things are up to par in his 3D life or in her 3D life. So it's going to be about probably job performance at this time for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine. Okay. Let's see. All right, so we do have a Mercury retrograde coming later this month. I'll be talking about that later. Okay, Mercury in Libra. Interesting. Yeah, Mercury in Libra is I feel like pretty chill. It's not going to be as chatty as Mercury in Gemini, for instance. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. Mercury and Libra, kind of some maybe displaced energies there with communication. So that could be why we've been kind of chewing our words or, you know, trying to find the right words and not being able to. Now, Venus, oh, Venus enters Libra August 16th. Okay, got it. So we're not there yet, but we're in prep mode for that. Interesting. Okay. Oh no, I'm sorry. We're in September. Venus is in Libra, excuse me. See what I'm saying? You're eating your words. Trying to get the words out. Okay. Venus will be entering Scorpio September 10th. Interesting. That's going to be hot and heavy. Okay, guys, so for the overall energies, the High Priestess, intuition, listening to yourself and nothing external or outside of yourself, trusting yourself, trusting in the journey. Two of Cups here, of course, the symbol of union, the symbol of the divine union. Now, for some, this is going to be pointing towards the union within, and for others, this is going to be about that external physical union. Some of you are in the pre-union phase or stage, which means that you're likely experiencing some back and forth, some maybe in and out, hot and cold communication. During this stage, you know, your counterpart can actually go quiet or completely dark for a while and then come back in. But the thing to know about that is every time they do that, it just means that you're being given space and time to focus on yourself. And when they do come back in, there's going to be room for more clear communication, more honest communication, more integrity in the connection. You guys will be able, you will have moved forward. Even if it seems like you're moving backwards, you're actually moving forwards. So just use your intuition when it comes to your connection at this time. Don't let anybody or anything outside of you dictate what's happening in your connection. Just keep it kind of, keep the lid on it is what I'm hearing. Go within. So this is interesting. For the Divine Masculine, we have the Page of Pentacles. He's definitely, and that I feel like has to do with Virgo being in, with Mars being in Virgo right now. He's definitely focused on the physical world right now. It's like he's not afraid to get his hands dirty. He's setting things up, setting himself up for a more prosperous future after things have kind of fallen apart over the last, 18 months for the Divine Masculine. A lot of losing, job losses, job displacements, home displacements, things like that have happened for the Divine Masculine as they were really thrown off course and literally kicked out of their former lives by the universe. That was those dark nights of the soul moments that they were having. So this represents a fresh start for the Divine Masculine in his or her physical world. And I really like seeing that because I feel like this is an energy of hope for the Divine Masculine. He's like, oh, okay, I finally have hope about the future again. And he is manifesting, guys. He's manifesting abundance. There's planning. That's the Virgo energy. Mars and Virgo, that's the planning. That's the kind of the pre-stages, like the pre-stages of this new beginning. So he's definitely very caught up in this at the moment. He's learning right now. He's a student of the universe. And he's also got the 9 of Wands, 9 of Inspiration in this deck. So what this tells me is, he's not giving up. He's going the distance. He's like, I'm not giving up. If we have to be careful as the Divine Feminine not to put ourselves ahead or above the Divine Masculine on this journey. This is a very protective, almost defensive energy. Like he's defending how far he's come. He's defending his journey. And that means he'll be defending you, Divine Feminine. He's setting up healthy boundaries and he is following through. He wants his words to meet his actions. Okay. He wants to make sure those two things are meeting and not on, he doesn't want to be on separate pages with his words and actions anymore. He wants to be a man of integrity. He is not going to be giving up. So even if it seems like your masculine has gone quiet, he's gone dark, I've had a lot of people come to me recently and share my Divine Masculine has blocked me, ghosted me, my Divine Masculine, has done this or that or recommitted back to somebody else. We have to take a long and hard look when that happens at our thoughts, our belief systems. What do we believe about love? What do we believe about ourselves? What do we believe we are worth having in this life? Divine Masculine is just, he's very steady. This is a steady energy. It's a certain energy. He's not budging. Okay. He's not going anywhere. Look, this person is in the desert. She's like, I'm not going anywhere. I might be thirsty and I might not be able to find that cup of water that I'm searching for, that 2 of cups, but I'm not giving up. Okay. So even when things get hard or things get rough, I won't give up. And I think that's what the DF needs to hear at this time, honestly. So let's get the Divine Feminine's energies, because both of you have this union on your mind, but you're looking at it from a higher perspective with that High Priestess. You're looking at it from the perspective of the higher self versus the human self. Feminine. 6 of Swords. You are moving through a rite of passage, dear one. You are, interesting how this card is depicted. This is a newer deck, so it's my first time seeing this card really in detail here. There's a pyramid, so the triangle energy, as well as it's a woman and she's got a smaller woman there in her hand. 6 of Swords, usually there's a body of water in this card, and it's usually depicted as a journey with a suitcase, leaving the darker skies or the turbulent energies behind and moving into calmer waters. So I'm not surprised to see the water here, although it's very calm, and there is a clearing here that's leading to this pyramid. So I'm actually going to consult the book here for this. Transitions, help coming from unexpected places, quiet movement, successful expansion after a period of difficulty, crossing thresholds, changes, and realignment. There's a lot going on, Divine Feminine, but this is actually a very positive card. Very positive in my opinion. And then prompt, it says distance covered in the hands of the muse. Distance covered in the hands of the muse. Not sure what that means really, but she stands at the edge of her sanity, not knowing how to go any further, but knowing she needs to cross to the other side. Looking up at the heavens, she sends a silent prayer for help and is answered by a lightness that she hasn't felt for so long. That's the lightness that we're talking about. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. The muse of difficult transitions lends a helping hand to those who seek solace and passage to new states of being, living, and loving. Beautiful, beautiful message, Divine Feminine. So if you've been suffering, if you feel like you've been stuck in stagnation or old cycles, fear, blame, or shame, or guilt, all of those things that can come up on this journey, especially when there's third-party involvement, right? We tend to feel guilt or shame, anger, rage. So we're being invited to this new way of living. It says sometimes the way across the river is unclear and muddy. In these times, the muse asks us to be open to receiving help from wonderfully unexpected places. Trust that serendipity will find you. Look for kind gestures of beauty and keep seeking the bright waters over tomorrow's horizon. As these root and stir inside your soul, you will be moved in the direction of small miracles. This is a very silent kind of energy. It's a quiet energy, which is exactly what I'm feeling. So this is a rite of passage, feminine, a transition in your life that you're moving through. But know that this muse, it's the energy of the muse, and she's assisting the journey here. She's kind of closing the gap or bridging the gap for you. And it's interesting because she's got her eyes closed here, and I feel like this is you, like this is the muse and this is you, and you're here and you're looking kind of over the edge, but you're trying to figure out, I don't know if you guys can see this, there's little like white dots. She's trying to figure out, how do I get from here to here? Can I trust that there will be, the right people will show up on my journey, you know, if I make this decision or if I choose to open this door. Triangles to me are a sign of completion, but it's also a sign of reaching a pinnacle on your journey, reaching some sort of like conquering an obstacle. It's a mountain energy. It's steadfastness. Mountains don't move, okay? Mountains stand to their grounds, so they're courageous and strong and fearless. And this is really, I mean, this journey takes so much out of us and expects and demands so much that we have to have help throughout the journey, or I think we would go insane, honestly. So look for those unexpected visitors. I feel like for some of you, it's going to be in the form of animals, in particular winged messengers, aka birds. Birds or dragonflies or fireflies or butterflies. But in particular, I'm seeing birds, in particular birds of prey, as being symbols for some of you. And then I'm also seeing wolves, and the howling in particular as a symbol of this transition that you're moving through. For some of you, I'm seeing unicorns. I'm also seeing moose and lions. So those are just some of the energies, the animal medicine energies that are coming in to assist you to have a smoother journey here, Divine Feminine. Excuse me. There's that throat chakra to help speak your truth as well. Okay, so I do want to find out, how is the Divine Masculine how is he handling the current energies? Like, how is he handling this? Especially those masculines that have gone quiet. How is he handling this? Another 9. 2 9s for the masculine. So the masculine is nearing completion. He's nearing a cycle completion in his life. He's got the 9 of Swords. So we know the 9 of Swords demands a little R&R. Okay, it's asking us to step back from the day-to-day realities, from the kind of the waking nightmare that we're seeing play out on the planet right now. The masculine feels he's a lot more empathetic than we may have given him credit for, Divine Feminine, and he does feel like this is an opportunity or a chance for him to really kind of check out. And I've been seeing this for a while for the Divine Masculine, that he needs to check out, okay? He needs to find solace. And that's what the Divine Feminine is doing. She's on her journey, and the Divine Masculine's over here actually holding space for her to move through this journey. You know, this is a painful energy, although in this particular deck, it does feel like he's just kind of, he might be sleeping a lot. There might be some depression. I think for a lot of the masculines, they're going to be soon recovering from addictions, or soon healing from addictions is the energy that I'm receiving, because what's happening is they're starting to realize that their addictions, if it's drugs or alcohol, is worsening these symptoms. Okay, they're realizing they used to think that the alcohol was, it was numbing my emotions. They can't numb themselves to this journey. That's the thing about this journey. You can't numb the journey. You're going to feel the journey regardless. You're going to feel the pull and the draw and the longing to your counterpart until you come face to face with yourself and your own demons. So this is a temporary fix, masculines, okay? Feminines had to learn this too. A lot of feminines have struggled with addiction in the past. Codependency, addiction to alcohol, addiction to drugs, addiction to gambling, addiction to sex or love, okay? So we're all dealing with addictions in certain ways. The majority of people on this journey, not everybody. And there's just a lot of stress and fear that's been affecting him. And so he's going to be sleeping a lot right now. And you're going to be feeling this. You might be feeling sleepy, feminine, as you're transmuting for your masculine. And that can be challenging, because as they start to heal from these addictions, because they have this epiphany and wake-up call and realization that this is actually contributing to their demise. It's contributing to their state of well-being, which is not very well at this time. Okay, it's contributing to the nightmares, the insomnia, the anxiety, the depression. I mean, alcohol is a depressant, guys. It doesn't help us, and in fact, it's a gateway. Okay, it's a gateway to negative entities and energies that we don't need on this journey. Okay? This journey is challenging enough, so don't open that door and that gateway. Especially alcohol is a lot. It is a bad drug. Okay, it is a drug. And it's one of the scarier ones. It's very addicting. It's very luring. Okay, it's alluring because it's going to open up portals and gateways. So those masculines, okay, if your masculine is, dabbling in alcohol addiction or alcohol excess, and he has been kind of MIA, you're being protected from this energy. Let's get a clarifier for that. Clarifier for the 9 of Swords for the masculine. How is he going to overcome this? A clarifier. How is he going to overcome this? Wow. That just literally popped out. Two of Pentacles and the World card. So he's going to be overcoming this addiction and this kind of insomnia, this kind of like self-battering energy. He's just battering himself. He's not taking care of himself. He hasn't been this is that self-love element that some masculines are still struggling with. Those who have awakened are past this energy, but those who are still awakening are moving through this at this time. So this doesn't speak for all masculines. Now, the world, as we know, is a symbol of completion. Okay, he's going to complete this cycle. So this is a validation. He will complete this cycle of pain and struggle and addiction. And what I feel like with the Two of Pentacles is there's some decisions that he needs to make. He's going to find himself kind of juggling in a sense. He's going to have to find his balance and center and recenter and ground himself so that he's not kind of flighty. He's going to have to make some decisions in his life, and wherever he feels overwhelmed, he's going to have to learn to deal with this in a sober manner, because a lot of these masculines have been abusing alcohol for quite some time. In particular, alcohol. For some of them, it's other drugs. For some of them, it's pot, it's marijuana. For a few of them, there might be more, heavier drugs, but for the most part, it's marijuana to numb the pain, alcohol to numb the pain, right? To kind of check out mentally, because they haven't been happy with where they've been, and they haven't been happy with who they have been, who they have displayed themselves to be, how they've acted, how they've treated people, how they've treated themselves. When you're abusing yourself with alcohol or drugs, you are not honoring your body or temple. You're not honoring yourself. It's self-dishonor, the dishonoring of the self. He's got to learn how to juggle things in his life. I mean, that's the thing, is the masculine energy in general tends to be kind of one-track minded, where the feminine can do several tasks at once and see several avenues and opportunities. The masculine's like, well, how do I fit this connection in if I've got all of this going on? He feels like he has to clear away so much to make room for the connection and for the DF. And the DF's just like, it doesn't have to be that difficult. Stop trying to solve it with your mind. Go into your heart. And the masculine says, well, it's hard for me to go into my heart. I've always led from my head. And the feminine goes, well, where has that gotten you? And the masculine goes, lonely, right? Broke, depressed, addicted. And the feminine goes, exactly. The answer and the key lies in your heart, not in your mind. Rest your soul, rest your weary soul, divine masculine. You've been through a lot. You have the opportunity now to rebalance, recalibrate yourself, come out on the other side, and to end the cycle of misery and pain. It's time, divine masculines. It's time to end the pain, the struggle. It's time. Let's complete that cycle. This is about, coming full circle. This is about you celebrating how far you've come. This is about attaining your goals and your dreams because you become vibrationally aligned to that which you desire. It's a whole new level, a whole new ballgame for the masculines. Now, what can the feminine do to assist the masculine? Wow. 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 10 of Cups. So I think it's safe to say, feminine, you're probably going to be in your feels this weekend. I know it's only Thursday, but it already feels like the weekend. I'm calling it the weekend, damn it. I'm calling it. Okay, so it's safe to say, feminine, you're going to be in your feels, okay, as the weekend progresses. In particular, today, Friday, Saturday, I think Sunday we'll start to see a shift. As we move into September, we kind of get a roll into September, but 6 of Cups is nostalgia, okay? Baseline energy. 7 of Cups is about making decisions, having different avenues or paths, and deciding which one is going to be best for you, but needing to make a decision with your heart. So feminine, there's a lot of kind of players in your play at the moment. There's a lot of figures. There's a lot of potential movements you could make, and a lot of people that are kind of in your vicinity right now. For some of you, this is soulmates. Look, it's like there's a lot of fish in the sea. Look at the fish. There's a lot of fish in the sea, and the feminine's going to have to make some choices, but you're kind of always brought back to your counterpart into the memories that you shared. That can be frustrating and challenging as you try to move forward. And the 10 of Cups is about this attainment of emotional freedom and emotional peace. And I'm also hearing justice with the 10 of Cups. This is like the justice, the divine justice that will be served as you get to experience that higher love. You know that song, I think it's by Steve Winwood, bring me a higher love, bring me a higher love. I know you guys love my singing. I really enjoy singing, so I sing even though I can't really carry a tune that well, but I really enjoy it. It's so good for my soul, and I enjoy sharing it for you guys. So it's that song, like, bring me that higher love. You know, feminine's like, I'm so ready. And this is not about codependency. This is a healed feminine. This is a healed energy saying, I am ready. You know, I don't want to be like, we have this, guys, pain is inevitable on this journey. Suffering is optional. You get to choose. Are you going to suffer? Are you going to stay in this place where you're just like daydreaming about the past and about the way things were? Or are you going to align yourself and vibrationally align yourself with the future and what it is that you want moving forward? This is your happiness, the 10 of Cups. Okay, this is about having that meaningful connection, and leading from the heart, living from the heart, having a heart-centered connection with another human, with another individual, and understanding that everything is love. Like, it's all love. All of it. The whole damn experience, the whole damn thing. Everything is love. It all comes back to love. What is the main block to union right now for these counterparts? These cards are so beautiful. Interesting. Okay, so I often say that we are the blocks to our union, okay, that we are the blocks to we are the self-sabotagers, right? We sabotage human beings. It's sort of what we do. It's what we've been trained to do. The 7 of Swords is here, and you see the fox energy. It's here to kind of lift the veil on any deception that's occurred. This can also be the card of like thievery. It's like, where have you deceived yourself, feminine? Where have you deceived others on this journey? Where have you not been honest or not been in integrity? And being able to really see past any illusions, okay? This is like opening the door. Like, look, it's kind of like Dr. Jekyll. Those are the coyotes, and kind of the more evil, sinister woman. And then you have the more like the peaceful woman, the woman of the dark, the woman of the light. And you have the foxes versus the coyotes or hyenas. I'm not sure what those are. Maybe they're hyenas. But hyenas are known for their laugh, like their sinister laugh, their giggle. You get to choose, there's no portal here. This is just like, it's like locked, closed. And then this is the portal to the light. And it's through the solar plexus, through the heart. It's like, what are you going to choose to walk towards? So feminine, the block to union for you is any deception that's occurred in your connection, but it's also how have you deceived yourself, and why did your counterpart feel the need to kind of project that, into your connection? Like, why did your counterpart feel the need to show you with his or her actions or words deception? Like, why did that need to get brought into your connection? What beliefs do you have about love and commitment? What beliefs do you have about connection and relationships and intimacy that would invite that sort of deception or even thievery? Like, I've heard people say, oh, they stole time from me. Like this journey, this connection has stolen time from me. Well, what does that mean? And how and why did you allow that? We have to really look within on this journey. This is a journey to awareness, self-attainment, wholeness of self, and self-acceptance and self-love. It has really nothing to do with the external counterpart. I know that's triggering as hell for some people, triggering as fuck, but it has nothing to do with anything or anyone outside of you. Everyone is your mirror. Your counterpart is your divine mirror. It's the biggest mirror of them all, but everyone serves as your mirror in this life. Everyone serves as some sort of holographic projection. What if this whole life is just a holographic projection? So where we see distortion or illusion, where we see deceit outside of us, dishonesty, that has to be within us for us to see it outside of us. So where have you been dishonest with yourself and not authentic in your life? It's a big wake-up call. I'm telling you, feminines, I know, because I received an email from one person saying she thought I was being unfair to the feminines. Or bashing, that's such a harsh word to use, and I don't bash the feminine or the masculine. I am honest. This is divine truth, but I am not bashing. It's all about interpretation and how you choose to see it. The feminine needs to soften her edges right now. The masculine, feminine, if you don't open the door to forgiveness or understanding or compassion, your masculine cannot walk through. He cannot go where you're not leading him. Plain and simple. What do we most need to know for this weekend? What do we most need to know for this weekend? For September. Look at this, 7. Lots of 7s and 9s in this reading. 1, 2, 3 7s, 2 9s. Interesting. 7 of Wands, 7 of inspiration, guys. So what do we say? What say you about the 7 of Wands? Well, much like the 9 of Wands, okay, which the masculine's got, this is about defending your position, feeling attacked. Okay, this is about protecting. Look, the shadows lurking on the outside, protecting your inner light, shielding. So guys, energetic shielding is necessary at this time. I could have told you that, especially as we go into the fall season here. Shield your connection, shield your light as you go out in public in particular. This is about like other people's opinions, beliefs, the scarcity mindset, a lack mindset, okay, unworthiness mindset, trying to creep into your energy, especially the more high vibrational that you get. Knowing that you don't need any validation on this journey, who your counterpart is, from anyone but yourself. It's why I don't perform twin flame checks. I was telling my group last night on our coaching call, this is why I don't do twin flame checks. I am not God, and I'm not going to play God. It is not for me to decide if this is your counterpart or not. This is your soul. It's a journey of your soul and your soul. Right? Scientifically, the twin flames are one soul, two bodies. One soul, two experiences. Who am I to say if this is your counterpart or not? So guys, if you've ever received a reading and someone says this is not your counterpart, whether you ask them or not, question the validity of that reading. First of all, stop right there, delete the reading, clear and cleanse your energy, cut cords from that person, and do not take into account I don't care who they are. If it's a reader that charges $1,000 an hour and it's like, oh, I am the queen of readers. I don't care who that person is. They cannot know what is in your soul, the truth of your soul. That is not for them to know. Probably what's happening is your connection is being shielded and they can't see how divine this connection is. So that will happen. So I just wanted to explain that for anyone who's experienced that. Take it all with a grain of salt. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, as always, with my readings, with other people's readings, for private readings. And I'm going to do one more card. I'm just in love with this deck. Thank you to whoever sent me this deck. There was no name, but I love it. I'm in love with it. What do we need to know? The moon. The moon. So that's what we need to know. The illusions, guys. Be aware of the illusions, right? 7. This is about the illusions too. The warning for the feminine. 7 of Swords. Be aware of the illusions of trickery, thievery, deceit, illusion right now. But be mindful of the power of the moon. Use it to your advantage, not to your disadvantage. And then Divine Feminine, just trust that what you need to know, what you need to see will be revealed to you all at the right time. If things are not clear right now, if things, if you're not able to see clearly, don't worry about it, because the divine is taking care of it behind the scenes. Your masculine is getting things done behind the scenes. Trust them, trust yourself, trust them, and turn around and put the focus back on yourself. I send you guys lots of love and support and compassion on this journey. Enjoy this quiet time, the Six of Swords energy, beautiful energy, feminine. Enjoy it. Go into your little cocoon this weekend. Have a beautiful, beautiful energy. See you on the other side.